presented by EA Sports and the PGA Tour. Today it's live opening round coverage of the Career Builder Challenge.
There's something about a well-hit shot.
Just a good solid tee shot right there, about 280 yards. Frank, what's the player facing now with his approach shot here at the first?
Well, Rich, that tee shot looked like a draw off the tee. The second shot, because of that bunker just short right of that green, suits the cut coming in here.
Tugged that one a little bit offline to the left, and he'll pay a bit of a price because that rough is fairly thick. So the second of the par 4 goes begging, and now I'll have to rely on the short game.
But a short game, as we all know, can redeem a lot of mistakes. Let's see if he does it here.
Well, this is how you build a good round, Frank. You just keep hitting greens. Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus. Been a little too much of that, Frank, just sort of ho-hum pars. Frank, the second hole is only 371 yards. What's the challenge here?
The bunkering. This is really well bunkered. You'd expect that for a hole this short. If it's well bunkered, it means that it's vital to get it on the fairway.
He'll be happy with that. In the fairway, now a good chance to attack this hole. Good chance for birdie here. Short iron in hand. The approach now to the second hole. Good swing, good shot yet again. No problems there. Really good approach shot. And now, good look at birdie.
It's no snack though.
That had to really hurt, Frank, because it looked good all the way.
Well, this will test his mettle. Even par currently.
Even par early on. Now to the third hole, a par 4, 471 yards. Frank, break this hole down for us.
Well, the trouble appears down that left side with the series of bunkers, but you've got to take into account the trees that are well positioned down the right side. Plus, as you can see, this fairway is not exactly flat.
And on the fairway here at the third. Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
Not enough on that one.
It just seemed to baby it.
Third shot, looking for a good one. That's a par, and that keeps the scorecard clean, still even for the round. And now let's go down to the action at the fourth. As we catch up with today's featured golfer, Frank, what's the key to generating some momentum?
Just hitting good shots. I know it sort of sounds like the old cliche, but plenty of opportunities. A few 10, 15-foot putts start going down. This round will change dramatically.
Appears to be tracking well. Frank, not close, but not bad either.
You can always make the odd 20-footer, and that's exactly how far they are away.
That was a good run right there. Almost went in.
Yeah, at least he's seen the line as it went past the hole, so just replicate that on the way back.
Drops it, and he's at even par. So we played our first par 3, now to the first par 5 on this golf course at PGA West. It is the 535-yard 5th hole. Frank, it appears as though it rewards precision off the tee.
And the Bombers too. You can run out of water at 335 yards. So with the Dustin Johnsons of the world and the Rory McIlroys, that's nearly doable. But if you can't hit it that far, it's quite obvious. You've got to keep it down the right side. And for those people, they put 2 little bunkers there.
Now the third shot here at the par 5, 5th.
Yeah, great opportunity, scoring club in hand. Just check the yardage, make sure there's no little fickle breezes around. Pitch the ball on the number, got a birdie putt coming up.
Well, this one should be safely on deck here. That's how you play the game, right there. Stick it in close and then knock in the birdie. Been pretty good all day from this distance, just trying to take care of business. A birdie will send him to 1 under on the leaderboard. Frank, I love a par 3 where you have to hit one solid golf shot. Anything less and you might pay a severe price. 255-yard par 3 6th. What a hole.
No, you love watching somebody else play a par 3 like that.
You are right. Looking good, Frank.
I think it's wet.
Never a pleasant moment, the drop after you've gone into the water, but here we are. Now on to his third shot after the last one went into the water. So Frank, he'll take a drop here.
Yeah, he'll take his medicine, take his penalty shot. The hole's not over yet.
This one measures 130 yards. Frank, going back 100 years or more, we used to see winning scores in stroke play tournaments, 72-hole events of 300 thereabouts. But obviously, like so many things in golf, everything has improved.
Yeah, people would scoff at sort of saying 475s would win a US Open or a British Open. It did, and it does. But with equipment and people have really got into the game, they've worked it out, and they just plain got better at it. They realised that stroke play, you can't just swing from the trees, so to speak. You've really got to work your way around and get better. You just can't sort of settle for mediocrity.
Just a shade over par, +1. Frank, this is like a big water park here at PGA West. We saw it at the 6th, and here again at the 7th, a challenging par 4, 346 yards.
I've never ever seen anyone try and drive this green, so it's just a layup. See the bunker down there in the distance, that really is the stop sign. So something that's short of that, but really what I prefer is try and lay up on a nice number, something that you've got a full shot in, whether that be a 9-iron or an 8-iron or a wedge. You'd like to have a full club in here.
Frank's this one going to be okay?
Yeah, just a little right. Seemed like good contact.
And to generate some momentum here at the 7th hole is for birdie. Get the sense now with that birdie that our young star, so explosive, is setting himself up for a big weekend run. 555-yard par 5 8th hole. Frank, is this a 2-shotter or a 3-shotter?
Good question, Rich. It starts to shrink down by the walkway, which is around that 30-yard mark. That's the decision has to be made. Personally, I think you try it at first, because even if you do find a fairway bunker, then it is certainly a layup. If you've got the distance, it's well worth the risk. Second shot. Oh, and it gets a good kick. It's only in the first cut. That's not too bad.
Frank, I like the way he sort of starts his swing a little bit on the outside and then drops it right on plane. but from that lie, not bad.
Oh, that's excellent. Seriously, given the conditions, Rich.
This one just requires a little bit of focus.
Now putt for par. Putt for par. Needs one. Still even par for the day.
Finishing out the front nine with a pretty difficult par four. Again, water down that right side. That sets up well for a chance at the green here at the ninth. The player really needs to be dialed in here. This approach shot is not easy by any stretch here at the ninth. Frank, this one's offline.
There's rough and thick stuff over there.
Frank, better than we thought it was going to be.
Yeah, that looked like it was headed for that thick stuff the whole way. But a little fortunate. But then I guess you're allowed that in this game.
Well, that's how you keep a round going. Make putts just like that.